pretty rare now, considering especially everyone seems to carry Tyranitar that I play with because of, well, I think basically because of my Latios and Latias that I have them. So he's going to use Flamethrower here, and I perfectly predict get into my Heatran. Heatran I got off the GTS. If you were looking for a Pokemon, check the GTS. I can't recommend it highly enough. It helps other people out who want to get rid of their Pokemon, and you can get some good Pokemon on there for some great deals. I think I got this Heatran for a level 100 Emboar that you may have seen in one of our earlier videos. So, and it's modest. It's got decent IVs. You know, it was a good deal as far as I'm concerned. So he switches into his Swampert, and I still have the Snow up. He can't leave his Electivire in against that Heatran. I don't think he has anything that can hit it. Maybe Earthquake, but I guess he didn't want to do that. I'm sorry. Oh, maybe the Hail killed him. So I switch into Walrein, which is running the Stall Rain set. Really, the only way you can use this thing. It gets the health back from Ice Body and leftovers. It's got leftovers, and that's it. But it does have Toxic, so you're going to see I'm going to go through here. Toxic this Pokemon. Obviously, there's nothing it can do to me because I assume he's running, what, Ice Beam and Earthquake. Earthquake on Swampert here, and along with Stealth Rock and Protect. So you can see I'm going to protect. I'm going to get all my health back. He recovers a lot of health. I think it's what, 12% for leftovers plus I think 12.5%. So I think he gets like almost a quarter of his health back each turn. He's got a lot of PP on Protect. He's got Substitute, and he's got Toxic. And I believe I ran Blizzard also on the set since Blizzard gets 100% accuracy in the Hail if you didn't know that. And Hail is obviously the only time you're going to be playing Walrein. So you can see his name's Hashik because, actually that doesn't make any sense. Hashik was nice and agile. Walrein's big, fat, and stands in one spot. Hashik was everywhere, which is why he makes so many great saves. Because he's never in the net to begin with. So he comes back with a Chandelure, which is a smart move. Except I'm going to build a Substitute here. And I think almost immediately he's going to see the problem here is the fact that even though he had to switch, I already had the Substitute set up, so now I can just Substitute. But I am going to Toxic. I was lucky Toxic hit for me. I think Toxic only has 80% accuracy, but it was hitting for me pretty well. Actually, a lot of my moves in general have been hitting pretty well, so I'm probably due for some pretty bad luck. I don't have a game. There was a game between Alex and what was it? Jacob and TTC, and he got frozen by Ice Beam, I think, twice in the same game. Or maybe it was twice in the night. And it was his Gyarados, the only check he had for whatever Pokemon had Ice Beam, and it was just, that's the kind of thing that when that happens, it's hard to recover. So he uses Shadow Ball. I think because Fire is neutral, because Walrein's Water and Ice, he uses Shadow Ball because he gets, I don't know actually, Stab Flamethrower is strong on the Shadow Ball Stab. So I guess he just wanted to try out to see how much damage he does. He does hit for a lot of damage here. You can see Walrein, he's bulky, he's got a lot of health. He can survive for a while. Unfortunately, he doesn't have great defenses. He's good on the physical side. His defense, special defense, is not very good. So you take a hit from that side, even if it's neutral, it's going to do a lot of damage. I do recover a lot of health. I get the Substitute up, and the Toxic going to kill him on the next turn. So really, if I just protect you, which is what I'm going to do, I'm going to protect, and I'm going to survive this hit, and he's going to die from Toxic. And I've killed already. Now that means one Pokemon with this. I've Toxic and another. It's just spreading status around. I'm going to recover a lot of health because of the protects. You can see this is probably the closest thing. Excuse me. This is probably the closest thing that I'll run to stall. I'm not a big stall fan, but this is pretty stally right here. This whole battle really for me has been stall, and Jacob is unable to break it, and so it's one of those things like Subseed and this Walrein. You train them and you use them and they don't work, and it feels so bad because it feels like such a waste of time. And when you train them and you do work, it is really rewarding though. I could see, and like I said before, I could see why you would run stall. So he comes back with his Swampert, and I'm gonna Toxic it. So now I've got he's got a lot of poison Pokemon. Really, he's gonna be either forced to take the damage and just try and outstall me, I guess, at this point. I don't think that's possible. Or he's going to have to switch around and reset the poison counter over and over again. And I don't think he's going to do that either, because that's just begging to die, basically. And the problem is I have this Protect. Obviously you can't, I think there's one move, Thunder in the Rain, I think. It used to be able to hit through Protect. I don't know if it can anymore. It had a 30% chance of hitting through the Protect. But I don't know if that exists anymore. I don't know if anything can hit through Protect anymore other than I think there's a priority move that does. So you can see, I'm satisfied with what he did here, so I'm gonna pull him out. I have this blast, this Pokemon at half health, his other Pokemon I think is toxic, and I call this. I realized what's going on here is that this isn't even a Swampert. That's what happened. I realized that this is not the Swampert. He used Flamethrower earlier. That's when I kind of like, I freaked out and I was like, oh, this is Swampert, a Flamethrower. What? So, and then I slowly pieced it together that this is his Zoroark, which has fooled me countless times now. Zoroark has fooled me countless times. So I switch in to my Lucario that I brought. It doesn't do any damage with Night Days, so if you got a critical hit, which was unfortunate, but that's okay. Took half health, that's alright. I can still bring it back later for something useful. He used a Flamethrower, I perfectly predict that. Switching to Heatran. The Hail knocks him, takes some damage away. I think the Toxic is going to kill him here. So there's some good switching. It does cost him this Zoroark. I don't think it even says ever. It never even said that it was a Zoroark. I guess because I never did direct damage, actually. So, there you go. It's one of those things where the stall can actually play into Zoroark's favor because it'll never be revealed. So, I see the Gallade. I know what's coming. Obviously, on Heatran is going to be a fighting move. So, I switch into Reuniclus. Reuniclus, you can see there why I don't have too much faith in Reuniclus. He takes the hit, and he's down to health. I know I can survive another one, so that's one advantage. And I can set up Trick Room here, which is I think what I'm going to do. But you can see I'm already so low on health. He's lucky he doesn't take the Life Orb damage, or I can't see how it'd be especially useful. He can take, I do know mine probably doesn't have great IVs. I trained it before I started the IV breed really hardcore here, so he's not in perfect shape. I do have Side Shock. That's going to do enough damage, I should think, especially off of Reuniclus' special attack. It's so high. But yeah, it's going to do enough damage to kill him, especially after close combat, which I don't think I thought of it during the battle that he had used close combat. I probably could have hit with anything and killed him. But nevertheless, there he goes. Dies of that. The thing with Gallade is he's hard to think about what to use against. I mean, you have to not take super effective damage, but at the same time, he doesn't. I don't think he has any weaknesses, so it's hard to know what to do to him. So he comes back with his. This is his real Swampert. Unfortunately, he is taking hail damage. You got the leftovers. That's gonna recover that, but then he's got the toxic damage to deal with. So that's really just weighing him down. I think this is the last Pokemon. The battle's essentially over at this point. I used Focus Blast and I hit with it. I was hitting with Focus Blast all night this night. Unfortunately, I don't have one of. I had one of me in TTC's battles, but I changed it for this one because I liked how it played out for me. Obviously, this is a video that makes my team look pretty good. It makes me look decent. You can see I beat him there. Swampert goes down to Focus Blast, and Reuniclus actually comes in handy for once for me, which doesn't happen very often. So I was happy about that. Overall, that was probably as stally as you'll see me play. It definitely is, because I don't even have that many. I don't think I have any stall Pokemon other than Walrein and my Subseeders. So, and you can see our teams there. I think I used all my Pokemon, even though Lucario and Heatran mostly were used for switches, just to take damage, which, I mean, you're going to have Pokemon on your team that you're going to want to protect with. For example, Reuniclus, or, I mean, not Reuniclus, Heatran can't take fighting moves. Reuniclus can. Reuniclus can't take dark moves, but Lucario can. So, you can see how those three all work in together. Obviously, I think Earthquake would have been a problem except for Walrein cover that. You know, this team actually wasn't bad as far as how its coverage went. So, you can see Jacob he didn't have anything to deal. If he brought one Grass Pokemon, Subseed doesn't work against that, and then I have to use Rock Tomb against Grass Pokemon or Leaf Storm? No, not gonna do that. So I'd always have to be forced to switch into Heatran or something. And that essentially ends the Subseed, because then if you can predict it, you can stop it. So that's easy. Otherwise, I think that's all for this one. I'm going to have another one. Next one will be between, I think, TTC and Jacob. I can't remember, but I think so. And I think that's all I have to say for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.